What is up? It's go time, guys. Who is popping on? Yeah. All right, if you're on with me, you're jumping on. Give me some little hearts. Yay. Hey, Julie. Okay, so real talk. Hey, Mary. Yay, Mary's on. Taisha. Oh my gosh, you guys are making my heart burst. I just had a freak out moment because my internet connection in my office was not working. So I had to switch gears a little bit. But you guys are here, and that's all that matters. Oh, yay, Deanna's on too. Sweet. Okay, so everybody's kind of jumping on. And while that's happening, I just kind of want to welcome you and tell you that I'm super excited that you're here and Cindy's here. Cool. If for some reason the connection goes out, try to send me a little message if you can. It usually will tell me, but I want to make sure I'm not just talking to myself and I'm talking to all you beautiful ladies. Jasmine is on too. Oh my gosh, you guys are making my heart just melt right now. Jessie, no way. Cool. Okay, man, I gotta bring it for you ladies. So tonight is all about empowering women. And I know you all are extremely strong, confident women that have your own stories and your own journeys that I want to honor. And I want to honor your time. I know it is Thursday night and you got family, you got kids, you got all sorts of stuff going on. Show me a little love if you are on, sacrificing a little time to hear this so I know to make sure to give you some love tonight, tomorrow. Give me some hearts so I know that you're still on. Okay, cool. Mary, thank you. Perfect. Thanks, Taisha. All right, so throughout this whole little video series, I'm going to try to keep it sweet and to the point and deliver you some insane value. And the only way that I know, like, holler if you hear me type of thing is like if you give me a little love with those awesome hearts and thumbs up and those sorts of things, or comments. Anytime you have questions, if anything that I say is like, what the heck did she just say? You can ask me a question. You can just type in the little chat. If you just want to listen, you can. If you have to jump off, this will be recorded, so it'll be posted inside this invite. I love you guys. And I was a little nervous, I'm not going to lie, about tonight because I'm going to share a big piece of my heart and my story and my journey in hopes that it inspires you and that it empowers you to take action. And I want you to walk away with something. So tonight is not just about learning about what coaching is and my background. It's truly about you. I would like for you to walk away with a few intentions. So I always like to start my calls with intentions and things that you know I will deliver you by the time this call ends. So one of them is just empowering you to take action towards your dreams, whatever those dreams may be. Maybe we even ignite some fire in your belly to dream bigger. I also would love for you to discover your inner boss girl potential, right? Because she's in there. All of you are on this call for a reason. You are boss ladies in one way or another, and I hope that I can just inspire that journey and that path for you. And then, of course, I'm going to share my story and my heart with you in hopes that it inspires you and maybe you can relate to it in some way. And if that's the case, I would love to connect with you on a personal level and discover what coaching can do for you in your life and what the heck it's all about, and really get a real live testimonial of what it would look like, maybe even for you. And, of course, what Beachbody is, who it's for, the benefits, and why you should maybe consider it. So basically, my name is Jenny. I have two little girls. I have a 6-month-old and a 5-year-old, and I am married. I live in San Diego, and I am a Fit Pro gone, stay-at-home mom gone, mompreneur. So my journey has been from basically corporate America to brick and mortar owner to mompreneur. because as we all know as moms, once we have kids and husbands, priorities in life can truly change and life becomes very complicated to find our balance, to really find our, find ourselves. Hey, Crystal. And sometimes along with becoming a mom, we sacrifice and we put everybody before us. Our kids come, our husbands come, life changes, priorities change. So I want you to know that you do deserve more, if that's a feeling that you have right now, and hopefully I'll be able to ignite some of that in you. So I also am a part of a team. Some of the ladies are on the line to support me. If you are, you can throw up some hearts. It's a mastermind. It's called Team Believe and Achieve. And basically, it's a community of incredibly empowering women that support each other. We mastermind every single week. If you don't know what the heck a mastermind is, I can relate it to like AA. Everybody knows what that is. A support group where we encourage each other, motivate each other. We get positive, we get real, we collaborate, we share kind of our struggles, challenges, and overcoming that. And more importantly, it's a circle of influence like nothing I've ever had before. It's for your personal well-being, it's for coaching, and it really just helps kind of support your journey in fitness and health as a coach, or even sometimes we let our customers inside our doors to like check out our team page and what we're all about. So number one though, our team is about believing in yourself. It's this deep-rooted desire to accomplish bigger goals and dreams. So first, I want to empower you as we dig in. So the very first thing that I want you to do is kind of do a little reflection. So again, this call is not about me. Yes, I'm going to tell you all my deep, dark secrets and struggles and all these things that give me like butterflies to talk about, because I know that it could touch someone's life that is listening in on this little call or live stream. But first, I want you to walk away with these like 5 little amazing tips and kind of questions to consider if you are on that path of pulling out that inner boss girl that's inside you. So I want to empower you to ask yourself, number 1, is fear holding you back? And you might be like, no, fear is not holding me back. But really dig a little deeper. Let your guard down for me. Let that wall down a little bit. Self-doubt, your beliefs in yourself and your own abilities. Are you afraid? Maybe like, are you afraid of joining a challenge, for example? Or maybe you've seen like something I've put out or something somebody else has put out, a program, and it's like, I'm afraid of failing. I'm afraid like I won't get that amazing transformation. I'm afraid that I won't accomplish those goals. I'm afraid if I take this risk in my life or take this next path or become a coach maybe even, or like I'm just afraid I'm going to fail. Right? Number 2, are you conditioning your mind every day to be empowered? You might also be saying, what the heck does that mean? The community you're surrounding yourself with, who are they? Another question I like to ask is like, who is your circle of 5? Think about this right now. Who are the 5 people that you surround yourself with the most? And do they lift you up? So if it's your husband, if it's coworkers, is it like, what type of environment are you surrounding yourself by? Does it condition you for growth? Because life is about growth. If you think, oh, I'm out of school, I don't have to grow, I don't have to learn, life is a continuous process of growing and evolving and become the people we are destined to be. So are you in that nurturing environment that's going to condition you to grow in all aspects of your life? Or are you in a real shitty place right now where you have a negative environment, coworkers, people in your life that you just feel like you're limited? Like you sometimes even feel like it gives you anxiety or like you're stuck, right? Third question, are you showing up in life? Are you showing up? I'm not just talking about like, are you showing up? Like you're happy, you're great, you're a happy person, but like, are you showing up with conviction? Are you influencing? Are you walking the talk? My brother totally just jumped on. I love you, Jake. This is about having conviction in your life, having the ability to influence other people because of this deep-rooted power, this boss girl that you have inside you. Are you able to show up in life and not just go through the motions in life, but truly make an impact? Truly feel like you're making a difference. The fourth question I have for you, your why. I mean, that always leads us there. Do you have one? Your why is a complete vision for your future. So have you ever thought about the vision that you have for you, yourself, your family, your career, your dreams? And are you willing to risk rejection for that why? Is that why so strong, so deep, so deeply connected to you that you're willing to risk rejection for it? Do you have a desire to change? So for example, and maybe this will get you to think of a why that you have. Yes, you can give me hearts. You can answer these questions. You totally can. Thank you, Julie. For me, when I took my risk from like corporate world to owning a brick and mortar, which I had no idea if it would succeed or fail, to leaving it all and just turning my business solely online, my deep-rooted why was becoming a mom and realizing that like I wasn't living according to my priorities. I always thought I would be like this great mom and always put my family first and be able to have a career because I never wanted to lose that sense of purpose or self or passion that I had inside. And so for me, it was like I would rather risk rejection of what people thought of me. That overcame any fear that I had because it was for my kids. My kids, I would walk through a burning building for, right? We would do anything. So am I going to allow fear to paralyze me and take away from my kids? Or am I going to face that fear because it can benefit them in their future? That's that deep-rooted why that I want you to connect with. Ooh, you guys feel it. I like it. And the last question I have for you about empowerment is, do you have desire for change? Ooh, feeling your love. Do you have desire for change and an action plan to get there? So we all sometimes want change or we kind of feel stuck sometimes, but what opportunities in your life are presented for you to get there? And truly think about that. So we all want more. We all know we deserve more. That's why you're on this call right now. That's why you're listening to this. That's why you're still here. That's why you have sacrificed time with your family and loved ones to listen in and to hear about an opportunity that can potentially change your life. Do you have an opportunity in front of you? I think you do. You may not realize it, but think about those things that could become the vehicle to live the life of your dreams. Let your desire to change be greater than your fears. Do people's opinions affect your future? Are you allowing, I call them like OPO, other people's opinions. Don't give a shit about them. They are like energy suckers. You got to be on your mission, on your journey with blinders on. You got to be willing to, again, connect your actions to what you're doing for those kids, for the family, for the future. Whatever that deep why is, make it strong enough. So whatever you're doing in life, you show up. You show up with conviction. You show up with passion. You show up with love. You show up with the ability to serve. We are on this earth to serve. If you have not yet found your passion and your outlet and your ability to do that, it's okay. It's never too late. You still have 40 years ahead of us, 40, 50, 60, to do it. And life is about the journey, and the challenges that we face lead us into our dreams. So you might think, oh, I face a challenge or I face something I fear and, it's going to knock me down. And I'm just going to do something else. I'm going to quit. I'm going to do something else. No, because you're going to face those challenges and those same fears and those same objections no matter what you do. So if taking the easy way and saying no and quitting is what you're used to, I'm going to challenge you to change tonight, right now, and make that decision for yourself and for your future. Are you driven by your dreams instead of let down by disappointments or rejection? Life is unfortunately about disappointments and rejection. But if you have the mindset of knowing that those are coming, like you're like, I know I'm going to face some rejection. I know I'm going to face some disappointment. I know I have this hard meeting coming up, or this person that is, so negative to deal with, and this environment that sucks that I'm surrounded by. If you know that there's a hardship coming in your life, and you can face it head on knowing that that negativity is coming when it comes, it's not going to debilitate you for 5 days into a deep state of depression and throw you off your course for months and months on time, because you are going to expect it. So I battled a little like postpartum depression with my daughter, and I didn't expect it. So it threw me for a whole loophole. But what I did expect was challenges coming along the way with having a new baby. Maybe I wasn't expecting postpartum depression, but I was expecting a little hardship and rough waters. And what keeps me focused, to be honest, is this team, is the growth, is the women that I'm surrounded by, and the personal development that I've worked on for years on myself since I've become a coach. I never used to do personal development before. I never used to know what the heck, oh yeah, feel good, get motivated. But it's so much more than that. It's about conditioning your mind. It's about being consistent. And again, showing up every day with, I'm going to say the word that I hope to leave you with, conviction. And having that love and passion in your life. And discovering it if you haven't yet. So I'm going to dive into my story. And again, this is the scary, nitty-gritty part that I was so nervous about to share with you all day long. And the purpose of me sharing my story is not just to talk about myself, but to hopefully connect with you in a deeper way. And maybe there's something I say that can resonate with you. And if not, maybe you can even learn from some of the struggles that I've had and help you fast forward your success. And again, empower you to be that strong, sexy, confident woman that you already are. We just always want to grow and get better. So if we can improve the people that we already are, why not? Why wouldn't you? I sure as heck would. And I still do. So my background. I grew up with a great family, 2 brothers, very supportive parents. And, I was always taught to try new things. And I watched my dad basically work himself from nothing to a successful entrepreneur. And I watched him struggle, and I watched him face more rejection than most people will ever face in their life, because most people give up. So I was taught to be a part of that 3% of never give up, charge hard, follow your dreams type of attitude. And I learned from a young age, that you can have dreams and you can dream big. My mom was a stay-at-home mom, so my entrepreneur spirit comes from my father. And I was a chubby kid. I struggled a lot with self-image. And I was always kind of, didn't really care. I was a very confident kid. But it started to really affect me as I got older. So I battled, once I hit, I think it was high school, I didn't know what the hell to do to lose the weight and to feel more confident and to be better. And I hid my struggles. I didn't want to share it. I didn't want anybody to know I felt that way. I just wanted to appear like this perfect kid that worked really hard, that was involved in sports, and, I had a good life, so I had nothing to complain about. But there was this dark passenger that always rode with me, that brought me down, that was this negative voice. And I didn't know how to empower myself to change other than disordered eating and depriving myself of food and losing weight in all the wrong ways and over-exercising. And it evolved into a full-blown eating disorder that kind of took over my life. And once again, I faced with the challenge in college of not knowing really how to deal with it and go get over it. All I knew was that I wanted to change. And my desire for change became stronger than the disease. And it never goes away. When you have an eating disorder, it doesn't go away. Uh-oh, you lost me? It looks good to me. Are we there? Give me some hearts if you did not lose me. Okay, cool. Mary, can you still hear me? Okay, thank you. Maybe Julie just lost me. Okay, whew. I was like, am this girl talking to herself this whole time? Damn. All right. Okay, good. Sorry. So what really happened to me was my desire for change and to be a different person and to be a better person became stronger than the disease that was pulling me down. And I was saying that, it's always with you, that feeling of, doubt and that feeling of going back to that place. That never goes away if you've ever experienced having an eating disorder, whether it's overeating or addictions to food or bulimia or anorexia or whatever it is. There's all types of disordered eating. And it doesn't go away. It's how you deal with it and how you condition your mind to work through it. So how did I work through it? My therapy was how I found my calling. I became a fitness instructor. I had no idea what I was doing, and I had to figure it out. And it's kind of like this business. I didn't know about fitness. I didn't know about nutrition. People might be like, oh, Jenny, well, of course you're going to be a successful coach because you owned a fitness studio and you are a fitness professional. No. Everything about this business is different than everything I've ever known in my life. What you desire to be or become, you have to learn it. What skills you suck at, you invest in your personal growth. You learn it, right? So for me, that's what it was about. So from there, fast forward, at the age of 21, I opened my first studio. Instead of going for my MBA, I got into $60,000 of debt. That was my MBA, was owning a business. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to create a community. If any of you have ever been there, Cindy, did you go to my studio? I think you've been to my studio. My old studio. I actually still teach there for the new owner. But for me, it was about creating a center and a community for women to be empowered, just like what I do with coaching. That's always been where my heart is at. I didn't want people to feel alone and to struggle. And I knew I had more answers now. And I had the education and the know-how to really help people fast forward their success in weight loss and do it in the right way, the smart way, the healthy way, and to be that person that truly cared, because my passion lies with helping women change and transform their life in all aspects. And I know it starts deeper than just a band-aid of weight loss. I know the transformation comes from within, and that's where the missing piece of coaching comes in. From there, I got into a really bad business partnership that sucked me financially. I partnered with somebody because I thought it would make my life so much easier, and I opened a new studio. And at that point, I was kind of feeling drained of my passion. I was feeling limited. I was feeling like I had the weight of the world on my shoulders, spending $10,000 every month on overhead. And at that point is when, prior to my business, prior to the business breakup, I became a Beachbody coach. And I did it because I felt alone as a fit pro, and I felt like I was struggling, and I felt like I wanted to collaborate with other inspiring people that could lift me up, that I could connect with, that I could communicate with. I wanted a community. I wanted personal development. I wanted growth. I wanted to know the answers, to be better. So I became a coach and started using Shakeology, fell in love with it, started incorporating it into my client weight loss programs, saw insane transformations, like people's cholesterol transforming significantly, getting off medication, I'm talking, within 6 weeks of their blood work, blood pressure, weight loss. I mean, all these insane things, energy, sleeping better at night, and the testimonials over the past 4 years continue to roll in. So I fell in love with it first. And then I realized there was this other opportunity to get unstuck. So I started this little stream of revenue that I had coming in. So when I had my business partnership where she sucked me dry financially, and truly, it was a point in my life where it was like a divorce. If you've ever been through one of those, that was my divorce, was my business partnership. I was like lost. I felt like I didn't know what to do. And I had my moments of crying, and like I was just like so much anxiety. And all these old feelings were coming back of waking up every day with anxiety and feeling this pit in my stomach and this weight on my shoulders that I wasn't living to my potential. Have you ever felt like that? Like you're just not living to your full potential? Like there's more to your life, like you're destined for more, you deserve more, like you just feel limited, or like there's this glass ceiling on you and something's just not right. And that's how I felt. So whether you're in the corporate world, or you can relate to being an entrepreneur, or you can relate to just that feeling as a mom, even like there's more for you in your life, you need to make a bigger impact on this earth and leave this mark and wake up every day excited and happy and living life by design. Damn it, we deserve to live life by design. We deserve that. We deserve a future. I'm not quite there where I want to be yet, but I know absolutely where I'm headed. And that's where I take my team. It's like, here is where we are headed. We are on a mission to empower women to change their lives, to empower people to make an impact like I could never do alone as a studio owner. So back to my breakup, I was devastated. The only thing that got me through it, I got on the phone with my upline, Vito, who is like this crazy, passionate. He used to own a couple studios. Now he's a millionaire. And he's full-time Beachbody coach. But I get on the phone with him. I'm like, what do I do? Like, I'm screwed. My bank account's being emptied. What do I do? He's like, girl, get yours together. You have a plan. You have a plan. There is always a way. And instead of like debilitating myself and being sucked dry in my fears, I took action. And I went full force with my coaching business. And I was able to not feel the hit of it and recover and move on. That next year, so I then kept that new studio for a few years. Anyway, a couple years later, I got pregnant. I struggled to get pregnant with my second baby. Call it stress, call it anxiety, call it just something was missing in my life. And I thought it was my baby, but maybe it was like what was going on with my career and my life and just not feeling right about what I was doing. Not being home for dinners, not being there for my daughter's games, not being able to pick her up from school, having to put her in childcare way sooner than I ever wanted to. I remember my first daughter having to go back to my studio when she was 4 weeks old and sitting at the front desk pumping and crying and pumping and pumping for 45 minutes and not getting any milk because I was so damn stressed out and hating that I had to leave my baby. I didn't want that life. So it took me a little bit to get to the place, but by baby number 2, I was done. I finally was able to get pregnant. I battle PCOS. I don't know if anybody here has ever had fertility issues or knows what that experience is like, but it's horrific. And it took us about 2 to 3 years, about more closer to 3. And I knew that my kids deserved more. They deserved a mom. They deserved somebody that was there for them. And they deserved a future, and they deserved a legacy. And that was something that I couldn't build doing what I was doing. So I became a mompreneur, man. I left it all. I walked away and I became a full-time Beachbody coach and kept my brand and rebuilt myself and my brand this past year. So that was been a year. Sorry, I don't know why you guys are making me tear up. Oh my gosh. Sorry. I didn't mean to become emotional. Love you guys. So I'm a brand owner. I have my own brand. I evolved from my brand of Fit with Jenny. I've rebuilt to Jenny Puro. I have some products that are launching very soon. I run challenge groups that you've probably seen every single month, a couple times a month. I change women's lives. I do everything that I love doing, but I do it in a smarter way. I'm home, aside from right now making my husband watch the kids so I can connect with all of you. I made dinner before this, though. I got a pressure cooker, like, duh, fast forward. But, you know, I'm happy. I wake up every day excited. I wake up every day charging harder towards my dreams. I have still encounter obstacles, like I told you, postpartum depression, and just, you know, weight loss. After baby, I got a little weight that I still got going on, but I love what I do. It's telling me my connection is weak. Are you guys still with me? Can you give me some hearts or a thumbs up just to let me know that my connection is still working? Maybe. Okay, thank you. So struggles, you know, anxiety, depression, being up late at night, feeling like I deserved more, feeling alone, feeling ashamed that I was a failure, hiding my dark passenger, just really feeling, you know, I remember at times I've had to buy groceries on a credit card. Can anybody relate to that? Can anybody relate to like financial struggles or like the struggles that like those deep, dark things that keep you up late at night? Just not feeling right, not feeling like your relationships are right in your life, not feeling like, you know, just feeling like something's missing. I felt that way for a really long time. And I'm telling you that this business has changed me. It was my vehicle that I was waiting for to like hop on, like I need it. Like, where is that vehicle? Where's that hop on? Can I get on it? Can I get on that train? So I got on that train and I've never looked back, and I faced my fears. And I remember one time, and my brother's watching, there's a significant point where, because I'm going to start talking about some things that you're probably thinking about and kind of transition a little bit from my story, but I sat down with my family, and they sat me down at this like table at a restaurant, and they're like, basically like, what are you doing with your life? And like, Beachbody, like it's an MLM, and you can't do that shit. Like, it's an MLM, and it's, you know, you're like, what are you doing? Everybody above you, that's like a pyramid scheme, and you're never like, what are you going to do with that? And they doubted me. And I faced that criticism and that rejection head on with confidence and grace, that I knew that I was going somewhere. So what did I tell them? I told them about my vision for my future, the impact that I have been making on women's lives and my life, the growth that I'm having. And I painted that picture of where I was headed financially, how I was going to get there, how I was going to set freedom for me, my husband, my kids. And I said, I will show you. You can doubt me. You can watch. You can sit on the sidelines, or you can join me. So they're on Shakeology, of course. Right? Now they believe me, because they see it. And it's the only way that I was able to walk away from my studio, was because I was financially stable with another business. I couldn't have just one income. In San Diego, we can't live off one income. You gotta hustle, man. Your husband either has to be like rich, wealthy, and like woohoo, or like you gotta get creative. So I knew that, you know, I couldn't just be a stay-at-home mom. I couldn't just walk away from my old life. And I still had this deep passion for changing people's lives. So I'm going to hit on that whole pyramid, like MLM thing too, and kind of explain my perspective on it to maybe let the wall down. So just please be open. And I know another roadblock that we already hit on that you might be thinking is like, well, I'm not a fit pro, so I can't do this. Jenny, you're a fit pro. You used to own a studio, you were a personal trainer. But remember when I told you about all those struggles and hardships when I felt like in the dark and lost with my fitness journey and didn't know what the hell I was doing? So instead of me being debilitated by that and just continuing to eat and let my eating disorder like consume my life, I took action. I learned it. You got to learn what you don't know. So if you don't know fitness, you learn it. If you don't know nutrition, you learn it. If you're hungry for growth and change in your life, you learn it. You become a student. We are students of life. Life is about constant growth. So for me, my most successful coaches are actually challengers, because they're the ones that are like, look at this insane transformation I got by just following this program. Who's going to listen to them? Are you going to listen to some like egotistical fit pro that's like, I make really rock hard bodies? Or are you going to follow somebody that can relate? Right? We got to be real. Like, I almost thought that, to be honest, when I was a fit pro, it actually worked against me transitioning from like fit pro to mompreneur, because I was like, shit, I got to change my whole market. I'm not targeting fit pros anymore. I want to work with moms. I want to work with like real people like me. People that want more, people that are hungry. I want confident, sexy women. I don't want fit pros. Their egos are too big. They're just like, pop. Okay, so be open. What is Team Beachbody? You might be wondering, like, what the heck is Team Beachbody? We're talking about coaching. Like I said, customers become the best coaches. Beachbody actually used to not be a MLM, multi-level marketing company. They used to just have all their infomercials and fitness products and DVDs and Shakeology, which is like the world-class dense dose of nutrition. If you haven't tried it, oh man, but you're probably on this line because you have been a challenger or you have some type of exposure to what I'm talking about. And then it wasn't working. The company was seeing that like people were not getting the results just from infomercials, just from like they were selling DVDs, right? But then people weren't doing them. They were collecting dust. So they created a coaching opportunity where they basically took customers and turned them into coaches. And they said, you guys are going to be like our hands to be the missing link to walk people from where they are, the purchase, to where they want to be, the transformation, the weight loss, the success. So you also might be asking, like, maybe you're a fit pro. Is this a threat to me? Oh, I could never be a coach because Beachbody is competition. Taisha, you're a fit pro. Is this competition? Right? Beachbody is not competition. It's actually, the industry is taking a turn. And if you're not with the technology of the industry and you're not offering your clients everything that they need to know, you're going to get lost in the shuffle. Your clients want more. They desire more. And if they're not getting it from you, they're going to get it from somebody else. So not only do we work with them on their fitness and their nutrition, but we need to empower them. We need to create lasting change. We need to give them more. We need to provide virtual studios. We need to provide live in action. We need to provide anything and everything, nutrition, knowledge, things that like we just can't do on our own. This is a vehicle, I call it the trifecta of fitness. And that's what Beachbody is about. It's about fitness, nutrition, and coaching. And creating elements of personal development, of coaching, of support that you can't get from a typical gym. So is it a threat? Mm-mm. So what do coaches do? I'm going to dive into a little bit this and tell you some more stories. And if you missed the first part where I cried, you can rewatch it later. Yes, I cried. So you might have to catch that loveliness. What do we do? So if you have ever been a challenger, has anybody ever been in one of my challenge groups or somebody else that invited you to this? Have you been a part of that? Yeah. So coaches, role model, invite, and support, right? Walk the talk. We have two objectives. Number one, role model, healthy living, and having fun. I'm not just about like perfection. I like to go out and have a glass of wine. I like to have fun. I like to be surrounded by incredibly fun people, work hard, play hard, but it's about like living that lifestyle, living your truth, and you leading by example. Number two, helping people and potentially inviting people to join. Like if you have to think of it in a way to where if you're getting success, right? You just lost 20 pounds, like Julie just did in my challenge group. Julie, are you still on? Julie just lost 22 freaking pounds in 6 weeks. Incredible. And she's on this because she doesn't want to hold those secrets to herself. She wants to be able to help other people, to share her knowledge, to be a part of giving back and serving. And that's what coaching is about. Taking all these women's hands. Remember how I told you, like, I fell in like this deep, dark place and I felt alone and I felt like I didn't know the answers. And I so wish somebody like took my hand and showed me the way, the healthy way. And I wish that somebody did that for me. Now I have the opportunity to do that for other women. Now I have the opportunity to empower women in a way that I wasn't empowered. That took me years and years to figure out. That took me struggles. That took me deep, dark places. Now I get to help women like Julie lose freaking 22 pounds. Or people like Brooke that lost 14 pounds in like 2 weeks. Like that type of shit fills my heart. But you know what fills my heart even more? Is women that tell me like, I've completely changed my outlook. I completely have changed how I feel about me. I want to share like this happiness and love and confidence with the world. So we don't just sell shakes, people. We don't just sell shakes. We are a movement. And there's some objections, and I'm going to really hit just like this elephant in the room. Okay, we kind of talked about it before. But something you might be thinking about is like, this is just another pyramid scheme, and there's like Mary Kay, and there's Airborne, and there's Herbalife, and there's like all these things out there that maybe you have tried, and you've done a 21-day quick fix, or you've tried this like newest best thing, right? We've all been there. Trust me. I'm like a serial yo-yo dieter. Dude, my brother right now is doing like this lemon cleanse. Like, I'm going to call you out, Jake. You need to be doing one of my programs, okay? Don't kill your metabolism or your mind or your sense of well-being. Anyway, pyramid scheme. So I have this funny story. So my husband's in construction, and he had some of his like big, tough construction worker buddies here. And one of them was like wanting to be a coach and try Shakeology and learn more about it. And so I'm surrounded by all these like super critical men, right? And one of them is like, isn't that like a pyramid scheme? And I'm like, well, that's funny. Yes, those are illegal. They're totally illegal. By the way, they were ruled out in the 1970s, though Herbalife got in trouble because if you are like getting commission off signing people up and, you know, you have a structure of like a pyramid, right? That's no good, right? Beachbody doesn't do that. But I said, well, don't you kind of work for a pyramid? Like, don't what you do? Isn't that like a pyramid scheme? He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, like your boss is at the top and he makes all the money, the millions. And you're down in the structure of hierarchy somewhere, right? And you're capped at what you make every hour. And you get maybe $1 raise every year or 5% or whatever that is for where you work. To me, that's a pyramid scheme, man, because he's making all the money. What the heck is up with that? I want to make all the money. So my coaches and my team can create whatever they want. They can make more money than me. They can make less money than me. They could do it for the discount. They could do it just for their own health and fitness. They could do it for their own journey, or they can make 6 figures. It's whatever you want. So we don't make money by signing people up. Yes, exactly. The corporate world is a pyramid, right? The economy has totally changed. There's no security in our jobs anymore. But our compensation plan is driven by customers that we help. So just like any business, it's driven by your customers and it's driven by the people that you help. There's no sign-up requirements, and MLMs have a stigma. And our CEO, Carl Deichler, likes to call it MLHN, Multi-Level Helping Network, instead of MLM because they have these horrible stigmas. But I do have a failed MLM story. I did join a company prior to Beachbody, and I wasn't passionate about it. I mean, initially I thought it was super cool, but I was selling, I don't know if you've ever heard of Vima, but I was like selling these shakes and these like vitamin shots, and I loved it. But then I realized that like that's all it was. I was like selling stuff, and I wasn't growing, and I wasn't a part of this community, and I wasn't doing more in my life. And then it became just selling. So there is all these other companies out there, and I don't hate on any of them, because if you're passionate about it, you're gonna be successful. If you have a belief and a passion in your company, in what you're doing, in what you're selling, and we all sell, right? So if you're scared of like, I'm scared of selling, it's okay. We all sometimes are scared of selling. But what happens is you sell no matter where you are, no matter what you do, no matter what your career is, you're selling. You're either going to sell for somebody else's dream, your boss, or you're going to sell and work for your own dream, and you pick your path. So there's all these ideas that kind of have put that into our head. And one of them is like pressure of what we're used to from our parents, pressure to conform to society. I told you that story about me like sitting at this table with my family. And it's just because it's okay. They just didn't know any better. They just aren't, knowledgeable about the company that I work for or what an MLM is, right? And they're used to, the corporate world. You go to college, you get a good job, you get a 6-figure paying job. Well, as we all know, if you're a millennium, or if you're trying to get any job right now, no matter who you are, what age you are, that security doesn't exist. Corporate America overworks you and underpays you. And the fulfillment in that can be very limited when you're just trading your time for money. You can own a brick and mortar if you're not in the corporate world like me, and just work 15-hour days and work for your own dream and never have financial freedom or time in your entire life ever again. Or you could become your own CEO or be a part of MLM and be the next little fairy tale success story of you hustling on your own time, on your own hours. Maybe it's part-time, maybe it's in addition to what you're already doing, and finding that passion and that calling for you. Right now, the economy has really changed, and there's a lot of global free exposure, right? The internet, there's multiple avenues and ways to get in front of people. So whether you're taking your brick and mortar business online or you're building a business using social media, that's where it's at right now. So if you're a part of that, you're a part of the movement that the industry is completely turning towards. And if you're not with the knowledge of technology and where it's headed, hopefully I sparked an interest in you to investigate and kind of do your own research. So do your own research. Okay, let me ask you this. Are you ready to be a girl boss yet? Are you ready? Okay, so if you're self-driven and you love the idea of investing your time and your effort towards building your own business and financial security, you're in the right place. Do you ever feel like you deserve more? Do you desire more time of freedom and security to like vacation when you not have to worry about time off? Me as a personal trainer, I was always strapped to like working super early mornings and nights and weekends. And if I took time off, I didn't get paid. And I hated that. I'm like, I want to make money when I sleep. How do I do that? Sign me up. How do I do that? Right? Is your corporate job secure? So maybe you work in the corporate world, right? And maybe you're tired and you're stressed out, and when you come home from work, instead of being invigorated and energetic for your family, you want to sit on the couch and watch TV and be completely drained and depleted because of what they've sucked out of you. Even that job's not secure anymore, unfortunately. Do you see yourself building something for yourself or relying on the economy to let you down? I want to dive right into all the nitty-gritty of what coaching is. I talked to you a lot about my story, my struggles. If you missed me crying and you're jumping on right now, just listen to the beginning. But I'm going to start kind of dig into the nitty-gritty right now. So startup costs. I always have my coaches start as challengers. You're never going to believe, you're never going to really get success and become a six-figure earner and mompreneur not knowing what you're doing. So I have all of my challengers, I empower them. Like I have this 30-day Empower Women Now program starting, and that's exactly how I started. That's how I started Jasmine. She was a stay-at-home mom, 3 kids, 2 with cystic fibrosis, a life-threatening disease. Her children literally are at risk of losing their lives every single day. Talk about a woman and a mom sacrificing everything for her family and her children. Talk about drive, right? Talk about a deep-rooted why. She deserved more. She deserved more for her health. She deserved more for her life. And she deserved to give those kids every opportunity to live, to extend their lives, to find a cure. So she started as a challenger and started as a coach and got her experience and got her testimonial and did the fitness, did the nutrition, fell in love and lost 15 pounds doing the 21-day fix challenge. So I always start them that way. You can always start at like a $40 startup cost, or I always have, like I said, my coaches start with it all, a full package. It's called the challenge pack, and it gives you everything and anything that you could possibly need. You got to practice what you preach if you hate selling. You'll never sell a day in your life if you believe in what you're doing and you have conviction. There's a low cost and huge benefits. So some people almost take advantage and they even just want to be discounts. I just want my Shakeology 25% off. I just want things for cheaper. There's a small maintenance fee for your websites every single month. You earn commission from the company. So if you invite people to your groups, you earn a 25% commission. I am taking my husband this year to the Dominican Republic, and every year I earn a free vacation just by helping people and changing their life. And that's my way to give back to my husband when my 6-month-old is out there screaming and I'm in here on a conference call that he is dealing with. I'm like, I'll reward you. Don't worry. Our vacation is coming in April. And can you ask yourself this? Can I invest $160 into my own health and fitness to improve my life and my happiness? Is it worth it to you to even give yourself a chance, to give yourself that opportunity? We have world-class training and support systems. We've created and developed a brand new app and coach basic programs where we teach you every step of the way how to build your social media, how to be more confident, how to influence, and how to just be a better person. Personal development. The next step, if you're interested, is to go back to the person that invited you and ask more questions, right? Join a challenge group. Test us out. Experience it. You have absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain. New. Don't keep trying to find something new. Decide something new. That you deserve this. Let your desire for change be greater than your fears. Challenges are our journey, like we talked about before. Dreams are our destination. Challenges are what shape us into achieving our dreams. Face them head on. And face them with a positive attitude, because they'll be a lot less hurtful to you, to your life. Are you ready for your next phase in life? Converting your fears and turning your dreams into a reality. Are you ready? That's all I got for you. I know I ran late. I really want to honor you and honor your time. And please just ask questions. Do you have any questions? Nobody was saying anything. Mompreneuer, I love that because you're a grandma. That's so cute. Julie, you totally are. You're going to be incredible. Your 22-pound weight loss has been insane. And I just want to honor you guys and thank you for spending your Thursday night with me. I was really nervous to tell you my story. If you missed it, go back and listen. I did tear up a little bit for you, but you guys are incredible, and I hope this inspires you to change, to empower your life, empower yourself as a woman, as a mom, whoever you are. Just know that you deserve more, that you deserve every happiness, every opportunity, and every deep desire that you have. can be yours. You just have to decide that you're worth it. And I hope you know that you are worth it, because you're all strong, confident, sexy women just waiting to pull that inner boss girl out of you. And she's in there. Thank you guys. Have an amazing night. This recording will be on and uploaded. So if you miss anything, you're going to be able to check it out or even share it. I love you guys.